Sorry, my camera cut off. My pretend grandchildren that I don't have yet tripped over the wire and pulled it out. No, actually, I took a too big of a bong hit and I passed out. Anyway, so number five. By number five, you're in your mommy's womb and you can hear and you can move and you start experiencing the world in a somewhat safe place if your mommy's a good mommy. If your mommy's not such a good mommy, it's still okay. You're well protected. You just have to pick up things, everything she eat and do. And so, if you have a good mommy, is good. And still, you still pick the bad mommy. If you pick the bad mommy, maybe you want to try and help her in the soul. It's a whole story. We can get into a whole mishkucha buskis. I don't even know what that means. We can get into a discussion about that another time. Okay, so you're in the womb, and already for Jews, when you're born, your mother sues you because you break a lease. You come out after 9 months. She say it was a year lease. So this is where Jewish guilt comes from. And every other guilt, your mother look at you and go, "Look what you do to my body. I was beautiful and skinny and gorgeous, and then I have you, and now I am looking like this." And then man lose interest. But man should not lose interest because this woman create like God for you. People don't realize you create children is the closest you come to a God. You create a new being, a living, a genetic deformation of yourself. Why do I say deformation? Because mutation of two genes, the better the genes are, mixing create super children. I know the children I have are pretty super. Each one, let's see, I have that I know of a 40-year-old son, a 29-year-old daughter, and a 6-year-old son. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad I have in my life. The other one I write later to because I really don't know how to find. I guess I could try and find men that look like me in his 40s. But anyway, I know name, but no last name. What was my point here? Oh, children creating. Yeah. So my children are super. Each one is a genetic enhancement of myself. And the youngest one is the one that worries me the most. He is amazing, but he has control where he wants to control the world, and I think he might, but it will get to that. He's only 6. Oh, so by 5 you pick, you get sued when you're born. So now you're 6. You're you know this song, Chronicles of Life and Death by Good Charlotte. Listen to the song. This is the closest the humans can explain life, and it is a very good explanation in a song. Go listen. I wait 10 seconds. You go and write that down. It's Chronicles of Life and Death by Good Charlotte. It's on the YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. There really is a YouTube. I looked it up. It was crazy. So back to God. So 6. Now you're in life, and you can see, and you can hear, and you can feel, and you can do, and you can destroy, and create, and choose directions, and it is wild. It's the wildest realm of them all. Even God says it's like Vegas down there because whatever happens down there stays down there. And that's where that saying come from. So you live your life, you make choices, you do, you do your shuffle, as they say, you hustle, and you try to accumulate the best you can to make a good life and be happy, whatever that means. I guess inside is important. Right now in my life, how old am I? About 57. That's right, it's hard to forget. I'm born the day the Beatles played Shea Stadium because God made me musical and magical because this is how God made the world, by music. Everyone knows this. You sing. You go, in the beginning. Anyway, wow, that was so Western of me. We're at 6 in life and see how crazy it can get. All right, so then you die and your soul goes, oh shit, fuck. Okay, let's not use curses. I mean, God made them because God is everything, right? So you say, hey, I see my body, but yet I don't feel a part of it anymore. And if you want to know why I'm dressed in the robe with nothing else is coming on Kippur, and of course the high holidays, really the high priest have to enter the chamber of God naked. We'll get to this later. Life, death, it's very short. There's only one realm, right? You say it's just 6, is just the whole clock. But okay, so listen. So you die, and your soul gets to like 6.5, and you're looking back, and you're going, "All right, I guess I did the best I could. I could have made other choices. I could have done better. I could have done worse." And then you get to 7. This is a very scary realm. People think you go to heaven, you go to hell. It's not that simple, people. When you die, you sit before the actual God. That's how much time God has. After all, God is everything and nothing. You sit before God, and God says, "So, you think I'm going to judge you?" No, that's not so easy. First, you're going to judge yourself, and then I'll tell you if you're right or you're wrong. And not even, how about if you're correct or completely mishugana? Because this whole right and wrong, I'm left handed, so I can never be right. And you judge yourself. And then God looks at you, and there's a 2 to 6 week waiting period to get to level 8. Heaven has a process. So you sit with your soul and you contemplate your life and your confession to yourself and to God, and this is all that matters. And then your soul starts to evolve. It examines what it experienced as a whole. The parts are made up of a pool, and we're all connected in this pool of the universe or God, since God is everything. See how simple that gets? And you reach level 7. By 7, you start to repent for the things the soul did when it was in the body. And we're not talking sex. Sex is beautiful if it's done right. It's how you create. It's God. God created a whole other concept. Anyway, where was all right? So, oh, this is 7 minutes long. I have to stop. So you're at level 8 now. You got where I'm going. The soul is contemplating. We'll get back to you later.